Number 8, you need to deal with the spirit of the land. Some weeks ago, I had a client I attended to. I went to meet him in his business center at Etobicoke. We were to have the appointment on a particular day. We could not make it, so we rescheduled to the following day. And when I got there the following day, we sat down. He's into molding. Not some of these people that mold, do some molding in new buildings to be well decorated and others. I don't know if they have a special name they call them. When they do some molding in the living room, it looks like there is heaven in that place. The wall will be well decorated and others. We were doing the interview. While I was interviewing him on his medicals, the Lord opened his mouth. He began to speak. He said, yesterday we were to have medicals. And I could not, we couldn't make it. So I just sat down, I was not sleeping. He said, in my store, in my business center, I was seeing monkey jumping up and down inside my business center. He said, I was looking. He said, how come there is monkey inside my... He was one of the people. Prior to that, when I got there, he said, sit down. I was waiting for him. I've been there before. That was the second time of my going there. And I looked at the place. I said, within my experience, I said, this place is supposed to be bigger than the way it is now. I said, if a white man owns this company, he would have made a better expansion than this. That was what was going on within my heart. Then before the medical appointment started. And then he said, I saw monkey jumping up and down. So immediately that one came to pass, the next thing I saw a monster inside. I said, this is an avenue for me to talk to him. You can't go and report to my office that I was preaching to him. I gave him some experiences, some examples, and at the end I said, do you go to church? I used to go, I don't go anymore. When he saw the monster, I said, I tried to drive the monster. My mouth was seized. I could not speak against that monster. He said, look at my business. I said, I laid off so many people a couple of years ago. I had the money to buy the next unit. I could not. He said, I'm the only person working here. Is that progress or setback? Setback. He said, it's not too late. Return to God. And he said, where is your church? I gave him my address. Till date, I did not see his red light. The spirit of the land. They will not allow such people to move forward because they know when there is a place they will get to, the solution to their problem will come. May God help us in Jesus' name. Amen. Numbers chapter 13. Very shortly we will pray. Numbers chapter 13. From verse 25. And they returned from searching of the land after 40 days. And they went and came to Moses and to Aaron, and to all the congregation of the children of Israel, unto the wilderness of Paran to Kadesh, and brought back word unto them, and unto all the congregation, and shewed them the fruit of the land. And they told him, and said, we came unto the land whither thou sent us, and surely it flowed with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the south, and the Hittites, and the Jebusites, and the Amorites dwell in the mountains, and the Canaanites dwell by the sea, and by the coast of Jordan. And Caleb stilled the people before Moses, and said, let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. But the men that went up with him said, We be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. And he brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, the land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof, and all the people that we saw in it are men of great stature. And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giant, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight. Praise the Lord. They recognize the spirit of the land, but they acknowledge that we are just like grasshopper before them. It's like someone who recognized the spirit of the land and said, this land, you can't make it. This land is difficult. I've heard people saying it. It is difficult for somebody to prosper in this land. Everything is tax. The tax. That even the body pay tax. How can somebody succeed in this land? Are there not people succeeding in the land? They are. The Amalekites are there. The Anaks are there. The Jebusite, the Girgashite, the Canaanites, they are all there. They are all giants in the land. See, but we cannot. The place is well fortified. But Caleb said, God being on our side will prevail. There are giants in the land, but this time there are spiritual giants. The same giant in the land has crept into the church of God and is making the church lukewarm. There was a day they mailed the church directory to me. When I opened the church directories, behold, the churches in this land are so numerous. This neighborhood alone, full of churches. But still, darkness is in the land. Why? Because there are pastors who are on their own. They are after their pockets, not after what God asked them to do. Because of the influence of the spirits of the land. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. May God help us in the name of Jesus Christ. Now, where we are coming from is very easy. You know, like for example, in a country like Nigeria, you name these different kinds of cults over there. You talk about Ogboni. You talk about Ogboni is part Yoruba and Edo side. Amen. In Benin, you talk about Osopika, RCCG, or Wegbe. Name them. These are all secret cults. And you talk about the area, the student level, the black arts, the daughters of Jezebel. Those are campus cults groups. Which one did you belong when you were there? Praise the Lord. Were you in Jesus' court? Black bra. Praise the Lord. Now I know that there is what they call black bra. Maybe in this part they have a bikini court. Amen. The Lord will help us in Jesus' name. No, when you over there, there are different cultures and easy for you to identify. But here, they have them all over the places. But because of the environment, the way the environment is being built, we cannot recognize such. We lose focus, feeling that we have arrived, and God will save us in the name of Jesus Christ. Lastly, the book of Daniel. Daniel chapter 10. Prophet Daniel chapter 10. First from verse 1 to 13. In the third year of Cyrus, king of Persia, take note, in the third year of Cyrus, king of Persia, a thing was revealed unto Daniel, whose name was called Belteshazzar. And the thing was true, but the time appointed was long. And he understood the thing, and he had understanding of the vision. In those days, I, Daniel, was mourning 3 full weeks. In other words, he was having 21 days of fast, full fasting for 3 full weeks. I ate no pleasant bread, neither came flesh nor wine in my mouth, neither did I anoint myself at all, till 3 whole weeks were fulfilled. And in the 24th day, that is on the 24th day of the first month, as I was by the side of the great river, which is Hedekel, then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Ophir. His body also was like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass, and the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. And I, Daniel, alone saw the vision, for the men that were with me saw not the vision, but a great quaking fell upon them, so that they fled to hide themselves. Therefore I was left alone and saw this great vision, and there remained no strength in me, for my comeliness was turned in me into corruption, and I retained no strength. Yet heard I the voice of his word, and when I heard the voice of his word, then was I in a deep sleep on my face, and my face toward the ground, and behold, an hand touched me, which set me upon my knees, and upon the palms of my hand. And he said unto me, O Daniel, a man greatly beloved, understand the word that I speak unto thee, and stand upright. For unto thee am I now sent. And when he had spoken these words unto me, I stood trembling. Then said he unto me, Fear not, Daniel, for from the first day that thou didst set thy heart to understand, and to chasten thyself before thy God, your words were heard, and I am come for their words. But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days. But lo, Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me, and I remained there with the kings of Persia. I remained there with the kings of Persia. Praise the Lord. For 21 days, Daniel waited upon the Lord to fast and pray. He was not praying for his own need, he was praying for the nation. The Bible said, from the day you set your heart to pray, your prayer was answered. But while God released the angel to come and deliver the prayer, the answer to his prayer, the spirit of the in charge of Persia held him back. But the question is, Daniel wasn't aware. He was still traveling, still praying. For 21 days, the spirit of the land held the angel back and said, you cannot reach Daniel to deliver that blessing to him. Do you know how many of your angels have been held back? Out of negligence, the devil will stand and say, how can you go to the earth and bless? How many times does she go to church on Sunday to serve the Holy One? How many times? Does the Bible not say, remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy? She only go to church twice every Sunday, and you want to bless him? You cannot bless him, and the angel will return back. And you say, God has forsaken me. The prince of Persia held down, the angel back. The battle was so tough that Michael was released. Michael is a warrior angel that never leaves the presence of God. He's always at the presence of God. But God approved Michael to leave his presence. Go and help that angel, there is war. Because the prince of Persia did not allow him to reach my servant. The warrior angel have to fight, and they have a breakthrough. He said, now Daniel have delivered the message. I am going back. If you read further, he said, I'm going back because the war is still going on. The spirit of the land. If the Lord open your eyes, you will realize that so many things you've asked the Lord for, they are hanging in the air. And you are saying, God, where is man? They are not coming forth. Because there is a power that is holding the blessings back. And I decree, I pray, that there will be an open heaven over your life in the name of Jesus Christ. But the Bible says, before you can get the good of the land, the spirit of the land, they are not in charge. They are not supposed to be in charge of your paper in the land. They are not supposed to be in charge of the finance in the land. Because the Bible says the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. But they decided to say, this is our land, we are in charge, we'll take possession of everything. There are people coming to get the treasure of the land. And they are at the point waiting. By the grace of God Almighty, there is an open door for you. Amen. In the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. We are going to pray tonight. The theme of the program is Discover to Recover the Gold of the Land. The land is a land of treasure. Somebody may be getting the money. Look at your life at the moment. The blessing is still not complete. If, for example, when I came into this land, I have the money coming in. I came into this land, just me and my wife alone. And we are still in that same situation till today, and the money is there. Is that progress? No. Children have come. There are other things that need to come forth. As long as the treasure of the land is concerned. Amen. I've seen somebody who said he worked in this land for many years, he retired. He said, the only thing I do now is just to buy tickets, I go back to my country, I relax there. After some time I come back. He comes every 5 years. What does he come to do? He comes to renew the health card, to renew his driver's license, to renew his passport, and at the end we go back. His children are here. As you get what I'm saying, the Lord will help us in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Everything that needs to be complete in your life, the Lord will perfect them in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. I don't know what you have at the moment. You may say, oh, I have my paper already. What else do I need? Then look critically, there are other things that you need in your life. You say, oh, I have a great job already. My job is very lucrative. Look critically, there are other things that you need in your life. It is not covetousness, but the treasure of the land must get to you. Amen. The Bible says, ye shall lend to nation, but you shall not borrow. Shall we rise to our feet? The spirit of the land. Are you ready to arrest the spirit?